Hi, we are live. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
As you can see here, we are going to be unboxing a little Pathfinder box here today. So I'm Jill,
I'm Kate.
and welcome to College of Lore. That's probably the first time we didn't do our intro properly. That was all me.
It's just a chill stream.
It's super chill. We're just going to be unboxing this. I'm really excited about it. So I played Pathfinder First Edition for a good few years before I got into D&D, and Second Edition has been out for a while, but I haven't had a chance to get to play it yet. But I think with a beginner box, it'll help me learn how to GM it easily, and I'll be able to bring some people into that game on College of Lore next year.
Cool. Yeah, I've played Pathfinder as well. I remember the first time I played Pathfinder, it was still like in beta or something. Like my GM had a physical printed on 8.5 by 11 paper. The entire rule book it was like this massive stack of just like printer paper
of First Edition.
Yeah.
That's what I did with Second Edition. I had the playtest. I printed it all out. I have a couple of binders just full of stuff, and then I never ended up running it. And then it just, now I have all this paper.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the box. Beautiful art as usual. They do a lot of really gorgeous art over at Paizo.
Yeah.
It was just under $60 at my local game store.
Canadian dollars.
Canadian. Oh God. Okay. Clearly, I don't do unboxings often because this is proving to be more tricky than I anticipated. And it's just simple plastic wrap.
Okay. Maybe if your knife wasn't broken.
Okay, so I have a broken knife, and it just like.
I'm so scared that you're gonna cut the box.
No, I got it. It's okay. Okay. We're fine. All right, so let's flip over to the back and check that out. So it kind of gives you a preview of what's inside. Little blurb about it, what you want to be. Do you want to be a sly rogue, or a knowledgeable wizard? So inside we're going to have a hero's handbook, a game master's guide, 4 pre-made heroes, and some empty sheets that you can make characters. There's over 100 character and monster pawns in here, which I find kind of wild. There's 4 game reference cards, which will be really useful for new players, and a complete set of dice. 2 to 5 players, ages 13 plus, and 60 minutes, it says, for a session, I guess, maybe?
Yeah, that's what is
kind
that?
Of a strange 60 minutes. I don't know about
Is
that.
there like a little adventure, I guess?
There is. So let's get this open.
So is there only 60 minutes of gameplay in here?
I think that's impossible, to be honest. I don't think that's even possible. So here we have, it looks like a bunch of
stand
things for tokens. We've got
one red one.
Oh yeah, one red one. I don't know why there is a red one. I guess we'll see, maybe. Ooh, a Sirenscape ad. Unlock a 30-day free trial Sirenscape Pathfinder subscription today, so that's kind of cool.
What's Sirenscape?
Sirenscape is an audio experience, I guess, that you can. It's like an app, and I think it's a website. I think I got it for my iPad, but it gives you background music for your game, and you can change what kind of sound effects and things are going on in the background of your game.
Cool.
Oh, and
That's
here's
nice.
a page of read this first. If you're on your own, Pathfinder is designed for group play, but this box includes a solo adventure you can play on your own. That's exciting. We'll have to do that.
Yes.
Open the Hero's Handbook to page 2 to play Pirate King's Plunder, which will teach you the basics of the game. That's fantastic. And if you have a group, every group needs a game master to read and run the adventure. Pick one player to be the game master. The rest of the players will play fantasy heroes. And then they have the pre-made, it talks about the pre-made sheets. If you want to make your own character, it can help you do that. And if you want to be the game master, you make sure you read the Game Master book. The back
Homework.
of that sheet just has the kind of an overview of everything else that's in the box.
Okay.
It doesn't say why there's a red base, though.
That's the bad guy.
Yeah, the singular bad guy.
Yeah.
So here
There's
we go.
never going to be more than one.
Yeah.
That would be.
Oh god, that'd be hard. Remember when we fought that one Tarask? That was very, very. Actually, it turned out to be really easy.
It wasn't very hard, was it? Yeah, no.
We crushed it. And then, so here we go. We have player reference cards here. Oh, there's a bunch of them. I thought there was only going to be a few.
So is that for the different classes?
No, they're all the same. So I think this is just how, like, the basic of how the game runs, how the system runs. So, one second. I've got to shut my door because I hear my partner talking on the phone in the room right next to mine.
So this is interesting because I've seen cards like this a lot in board games. I don't know if you just hear me, but I've seen cards like this in a lot of board games, right? Where there's like a reference card that gets dealt out to everybody at the beginning of the game to kind of remind them of all the things. But I've never seen it in a role-playing game before.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
It is pretty cool. It's really smart, and it kind of tells you how the critical successes work in this game, how failure crit fail works, if you roll a 20 or a 1. Difficulty classes, how your turn works. So you get 3 actions and a reaction, and just options for what you can do for your basic actions. And then on the back it goes over the conditions, which is super useful because I
know what this is.
What?
It's like a mini DM screen for the players.
Oh, it is that. That's really smart. I love that. I think that's a great idea. And that will come in super handy while we're learning this new system.
Yeah.
Oh, and it looks like these are the character sheets here. So we've got Valeros the Fighter. So let's see. So these... Nice, I believe these are all available online for free because I was looking for examples of character sheets on the Paizo website, and I did print out a bunch for my own reference while I was trying to teach myself the game.
Yeah.
So we've got Valeros the Fighter. Oh, and it's full color. Wow. So
yeah, it's nice that it's just like a little booklet. That's cool.
And it kind of explains each thing. So we've got your A over here is your ancestry. So you have extra hit points from being a human. And then your background is farmhand and explains what your background has to do with your sheet and everything like that.
Yeah.
That's really smart. Oh, and then it gives a little background story about Valeros. Valeros was a month away from an arranged marriage to a farmer's daughter when he realized he didn't want to be tied down to one place for his entire life. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she could have come with you, Valeros.
Yeah, really though. I'm gonna play as the poor farmhand's daughter that got jilted.
Yeah.
God. We've got Ezrin the wizard, Kyra the cleric, Meriziel the rogue, and I think there's blank ones further down, but those are the 4 that they give you to start with, and you can see like the symbol for each one is different. And in the main book I have the core rule book, and those symbols are all over the place in there too.
Okay, gotcha.
So this one's the Hero's Handbook, the Pathfinder Beginner Box Hero's Handbook. So this is like I guess the rules for the hero to see. So there's not the GM information is hidden away in the other book.
Separate, yeah.
So we've got all kinds of gorgeous artwork and a lot of rules. So that's good. Gives you everything you need. I love when they include the sketch and then like the paint layer and then like the fully render, like creating your hero, bringing them to fruition.
Bringing them to life. Yeah.
Goes in. So one thing that's kind of cool about Pathfinder is they have this ancestries mechanic when you're building your character. So it's not just like you choose a race and you're kind of stuck with that and it's so cookie cutter in some other games, but in Pathfinder it opens up a whole lot of feats that completely change your character depending on what feats you choose. So your ancestry doesn't directly how do I explain this better? You still have a ton of flexibility regardless of what ancestry you choose. If you choose a dwarf, that doesn't mean you're going to be creating stonework underground in a mountain kind of a thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot more flexibility, and it's not as stereotypical.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like it only gives you 3 for the beginner box: dwarf, elf, and human. There's a lot more available in Pathfinder 2nd Edition overall. Goes into the clerics, the spells, about each different class, your equipment, some cool weapons. Oh, that book. That's beautiful.
Sorry, I'm on a little bit of a delay because I'm seeing the stream footage.
Yeah, exactly. I should probably have tried to see if we could. We'll figure it out another time.
Yeah, I don't know how we would do that. Anyway.
So yeah, the art's gorgeous, and it's just got all the info on the on the back here. It has a whole page about getting knocked out and how that works, because I know the dying mechanic in this game is a bit different. It's kind of like you'll go to 0 and then you're on dying 1, and then if you get raised back up and you're fighting again and then you get knocked back down to 0, you'll go to dying 2 instead of dying 1. So it's just kind of like each subsequent time you die, it's worse and worse. And if you're on dying 1 and you don't get brought back up, you'll go to dying 2, go to dying 3, and I think dying 4 might be it. Yeah, if that's the real death.
Real dead. You gotta die. We have 4 lives.
Yeah. Or 3 lives, because we are 4 deaths. 3 lives, 4 deaths?
Yeah. Wait.
No. Is it 4? I don't know how it works. Anyway, let's hope we never get to dying 4.
Yeah.
Okay, next in our box we have the
blank character sheet?
Yeah. Which are also in color, which is nice. One complaint I've heard by looking at other videos about Pathfinder 2nd Edition is how complex the character sheet is. It's such it's a busy sheet. But I think these colors and kind of popping it out a little bit with shapes, if you are colorblind or something like that, there's also different shapes. So your hit points has a heart. There's a magnifying glass for perception and different things like that. And even your attacking, the attack has kind of the shape of an axe down here, and then for ranged weapons it's an arrow. So I think that's kind of smart. Make it a bit more accessible.
Yeah. How many of those empty sheets are there?
There are, I think there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Yeah.
Cool. Are they double-sided? Or is it just the front of the page?
Oh, they are double-sided, yeah.
So there's other stuff on the back.
Yeah. Your equipment, your spell casting. You can write in your 1st and 2nd level spells here. A place for you to draw, which I find actually pretty important. I know most of my players and people I know who play always love to draw their character or get some imagery for their character.
Yeah.
A little adventure log with notes in a spell book. I think adventure log's pretty cool because it's a date, description, and experience earned, so you can kind of give a little one-line overview on what you did that session.
Nice.
Next we have the beginner box game master guide. So this have your game master information, how to run the game, but also the adventure is in here, and it has a bunch of monsters at the back. A bit of spoiler here. Oh, cool. I don't even know I don't know why I started flipping from the back. So it has I just did a flash of the map. I don't want to spoil it, but they have the GM map on the cover, which is kind of cool because they include in behind here, they include the player map as one of the things in the beginner box, which I think is really smart.
Yeah.
So let's do a quick look at this table of contents here. So the first little bit of the book is the adventure. It looks like it's about 27 pages long, or 25 pages long if we're not counting the first couple pages. Then we've got a chapter on game mastering. We've got a chapter on building adventures, a little chapter on environments, magic items, creatures, and then at the bottom here, Otari. So I think that's the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a map of Otari, who's who in Otari. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's a pretty comprehensive beginner box game master guide, I think.
I mean, it looks like you could. Something that I think is common in my experience with beginner boxes is that it wouldn't include stuff about how to create a new character from scratch or how to level a character often. So this looks like you could do that, and it's providing information in the GM book about how to build new adventures. So it means that it wants you to kind of keep playing just with this,
which is really generous if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, even just the fact that this is like part of what I'm really excited about is the fact that this is a huge map. They've included a map in here, and it's 2-sided. Oh my goodness. And it's massive.
Oh, is it cardboard?
It's not cardboard, but it's thick. Like, it's thick paper. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to show this in my screen over here. Ugh.
Wow, it is huge.
It's bigger than my torso. So we've got this huge map. Let me see. So it is all connected. So it's not just like each page is a different spot.
It's a little dungeon.
Yeah, a little dungeon. And then on the other side, you've got a cave and some more dungeon.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with it. It's like decent quality. And it'll fold flat. You might have to lay it flat
down a bit.
for a bit. Yeah, put some stuff on it to flatten it out a bit at first. But wow, that's a gorgeous map. And here are all of our pawns. Wow.
You get to punch them out of their little cardboard.
The bottom is asking you to join the Pathfinder Society. So I think that's kind of like how in D&D they have the Adventurers League.
Yeah, it's their organized play system.
Yeah. So let's look at these things here. So they have the different little move or the action items and reaction items. I'm not really sure why. I don't know the system well enough. Like, I've never played. I'm not sure why we would need those.
You know what I can see? So those tokens look like they are meant to be placed on that little player guide. So as you take your turn, every time you do an action, you put a token down or take it off.
Oh, like you're spending them, kind of.
Yeah.
Smart. That makes sense.
To help you track what you've done, maybe. I mean, that's just my
No, I think
impression.
that makes perfect sense. So these are kind of interesting. They're like printed over the I'll pop one out here. Like, it leaves a bit of the art on the outside, but I don't think that's an issue at all. So we've got a little bugbear marauder here, if we can get it to focus.
Cool.
Kind of cute. So let's get a stand.
That is cute. I do like that. Yeah, get the stand up because it looks to me like when you put it in a stand, it's going to cover up some of the text of what it is. Yeah, and there's like a bit of white space at the top that they could have like pushed it up a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. So if I jam it in there, it covers over what it's called. I don't know if that is a big deal though, because like mini, like if I was running...
It's not a big deal. Yeah. And actually, it may have been intentional.
It may
because you're not supposed to necessarily automatically know the name of the thing that you're seeing when you encounter it.
A good point. That's a very good point.
So I bet it was intentional.
Yeah. And that stands up just fine. Where's that red one? Oh, they've got little tiny creatures too. So, like, this one is a pugwumpy gremlin. Kind of cute. Let's stick that one in the red one. Aww. So maybe that's the boss.
Yeah.
Running around. Let's put it on the map. So yeah, this is really cute. I'm really happy with this. I think that for a beginner box, that is a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
For
I
a
agree.
beginner box, like to give you a huge map like this, but then on top of that to have all of these creatures available. Like there are sheets and sheets of them.
Yeah.
And they all look printed very nice. Like they're full color.
Excuse me, was there a little whale on one of those?
Let's go page here. Little whale. This one here. Okay.
To wait. Yeah. Yes. Is that a whale?
It's an elemental brine shark.
Aww.
Very cute. I love that they have this.
Aww.
They have this
like
face style where like that reminds me very much of like the goblin facial structure. I
Yeah.
wonder if they have any goblins in here.
You must.
Oh yeah, they do. You are absolutely correct that they must.
That's really cool. I mean, this is worth it if not just for the map and those little
The tokens.
like they're just standees, right?
Yeah.
But the thing, they're not miniatures. But the thing is, um, you don't need a 3D model for everything.
No.
And these take up less space.
Oh yeah, way less.
So that's nice.
I'm just jamming them back into the where they came from, and they actually fit back oh, I spoke too soon. They fit back really easily, and I'm just gonna store them like that.
Yeah.
It's like use them, I can jam them back in, and they fit right back in the box without having to.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Wow. I'm actually really impressed with this box.
That's awesome. It looks great.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to playing through the adventure in the new year.
I'm interested in what's not in here. That's what I want to know. Because you do have the full player's handbook, right?
I do.
So I would be interested to know, like, what did they not include in here? And we can already tell that there was some of the ancestries that aren't included in here.
A ton of ancestries are not included. I'm assuming some classes are not included.
Probably.
Let's look at the thing here. So for ancestries, we've only got 3. For for your class, we've only got cleric, fighter, rogue, and wizard. So there's a ton of those missing. We have only a small handful of those. I'm assuming that the amount of feats they include is also going to be very minimal because you won't need a ton of...
you want to keep it simple.
Yeah, like they're going to be leaving out a lot of those. I don't know if all the skills are going to be in here. Like, I'm not 100% sure about that since I haven't played the full game yet.
Yeah.
But I think we've already... Like, we see already that there's a lot of stuff not in there.
Which makes sense because that's what this is.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, like I think electing to include some important parts of the game like character creation and leveling up and creating new adventures in the beginner box is really an interesting change from what I would expect.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
And it does include pre-made, so you can just jump in, but then also offering you, like you said, the option to create your own character and move forward from there is huge.
Yeah.
And if you aren't completely satisfied with everything that's in this box and you bought this box and you're like, oh, but I want the other classes, I want to try something else, they do have more fully made characters you can just get off their website for free. So if you're like, I want to try a witch, you can just go on there, download the witch, and I did. I printed one off. So it's really cool. Or did I do the witch? I might not have did the witch, but I definitely did sorcerer and some other ones. So it's like, yeah, Paizo's very good for
that's awesome.
giving you a lot of info.
Love it.
So yeah, I'm really excited with this box. I can't wait to try playing it with you guys. And thanks for watching, everybody. Short, sweet, to the point.
Jill just wanted to open her new toy, I think.
I just wanted to open my new toy. Yep. Use my Christmas money. I opened it way before Christmas. But yeah.
Probably won't get to play it before Christmas, so that's okay.
It'll be fresh again by the time we get to actually play it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So thanks for joining us here to check out this new box. I really am happy with it so far.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. I'm looking forward to giving it a shot.
Cool. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Next year.
Sometime. Yeah. A few months sometime after that.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for watching.